What's up, everyone? This is Fearfully Made, and I'm back with another video. To all of my subscribers, thank you so much for subscribing, for commenting, and for liking. If you're new to the channel, hi, welcome. And on this channel, we do Bible study, and we take a moment out of our day to get to know the Most High better. So what we're going to be doing this evening is it's 2:22 in the morning. I got to make some time for the Lord, you know what I mean? Anyways, we're going to be going over his laws, statutes, and commandments, or just one of them. Because my thing is, I would like for us to have go over them one by one, so that we can chew on them. You know what I'm saying? My blanket keeps falling off, and this AC is on blast. Okay. Anyways, it's cold, and I don't want to get up to turn it off because it's too cold. All right, so I do have a commandment from Deuteronomy that I took note of, and we're gonna read this and we're gonna chew on it. And so, if you have a moment, pull out your Bible, preferably the King James version. I feel closer to God when I read that version. I don't know why. But when I read the Apocrypha, that's when I'm just like, speak, Lord. He talking to me. He be talking to me. He be talking about some deep. It's deep. Like, the Apocrypha talks about gang stalking. Like, it's crazy. It's crazy. Anyway, I'm finna find that verse for you. Like, he was talking about, when a whole city comes against you, God, he don't like that. It hurts him to see that. You know what I'm saying? And that's why the devil does it. So, because it hurts God. It ain't got nothing to do with us. He's just trying to hurt the Lord, you know? Anyways, so we're going to go to Deuteronomy chapter 8, verses 12 through 14. So just take a moment to get there. And it reads, "When you have eaten your fill and have built your fine houses and live in them, and when your herds and flocks have multiplied, and your silver and gold is multiplied, and all that you have is multiplied, then do not exalt yourself, forgetting the Lord your God, who brought you out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of slavery." Yeah. Some of these people who are now bosses, who are rich, completely forgot the fact that they had to go clock in somewhere at one point in life. Out of the house of slavery. God brought you out of that. You no longer have to sell your time. When you work for someone, you're selling your time. Time that we can't get back. Some people, like me, unfortunately, I have to sell my time so that I can invest, money towards my future. That's usually how it starts for most of us. Anyways. But, when you get to a point in your success, joyful pride turns into arrogance. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to say, man, this really happened. I really, really worked my butt off and God really came through. He really made it happen for me. But when it gets to a point where it's arrogance, when you have to compare your life to someone else's, when you have to say, oh, I did this and you did that, oh, this is how I do things. No. You mean that's how God does things? Because at the end of the day, God sits high and he looks low. The earth is the Lord's footstool. We are literally at the bottom of his feet. God in his word, it says he makes people rich. He says he brings people high and he brings people low. I can't say what Bible verse that is, but if you find it for me, drop it in the comments. Back me up. But I just want to say that to say this. This is a commandment of the Most High God. When the Most High brings you up, you are to give him the glory. It is not your doing that this happened for you. It is because of him. He's the one that lifted you on high and protected you. There's so many things that God is protecting all of us from, that some things that we don't even know of. Some things, if we were aware of, we would completely lose our minds. Some things God allowed me to see that he was protecting me from, and honestly, it's because of him that I didn't lose my dang on mind. Glory to the Most High. I appreciate him so much. I'm not perfect. I'm still a sinner, and that's the reason why I'm here learning God's law, statutes, and commandments along with you, so that we can grow together. I know what it feels like to have everything, but I also know how it feels to lose everything because of pride and arrogancy. I used to own a company that was very successful. I was averaging $2,000 a day in sales on the weekends and $1,000 a day in sales during the week. My profit margin was at 50%. So if I made $1,000, I was taking home $500 a day. And to me, that's good money. I don't know, but like some people, that's not enough. But to me, coming from being homeless and having, a not so wealthy family, that was great money to me. And so what I did was I boasted, I bragged, told everybody, hey, look at me, I'm making all these sales, me. One day, God took me from high and brought me low. You might see my son in the background because he's a mama's boy, so he just had to be next to me while I do this video. I'm telling you, honey, this is all before God, of course. I did not have a relationship with Christ. I was self-righteous. All I knew was me. And I know what it feels like to be humbled. And so when I say this with love. You don't want to be humbled by God. It's the worst feeling. It sucks when it could easily be avoided just by following this commandment right here. Just don't boast. Don't brag. Always give the glory to the Most High God. You did not do this within yourself because you did not wake yourself up this morning, did you? Now, if you didn't wake up this morning, how would this have gotten done for you? You know what I mean? I'm humble. God has humbled me to the core, deep. I'm talking about nothing. I'm literally depending on, at this point in my life, I went from having everything to depending on God to tell me when my next meal was going to be, where I was going to sleep next. It was that bad. And I'm humble. I've been brought all of the way low. So, and God, and it was to serve as a reminder. Like, yes, Desiree, I blessed you with this knowledge of learning how to, design stores and, sell products and stuff like that. But sweetie, this isn't that. I will bring you down. I'm telling you, God don't play no games with people. He definitely didn't play no games with me. And, some people might be embarrassed to admit something like this, but the reason why it happened to me is because I'm supposed to share it with someone. I'm supposed to warn somebody. Before destruction comes great warning, and that's in the book of Proverbs. I don't know the exact number that is, but you can drop that in the comments too. That's why I'm on here doing Bible study, so I can memorize these things. Long story short, humble yourself. We all need to humble ourselves in some way. You know how I humble myself? I just think about, there was one night, my boyfriend and I had just lost our home, or our place to stay. We had moved to Florida, but the people that we were staying with decided that they no longer wanted to house us, and it was for understandable reasons. It was just that we literally had nowhere else to go, and we didn't know Florida. We're Minnesotans. We don't know nothing about no hot Florida. And so it's 2:00 in the morning on this, what was this? This wasn't very long ago. It was 2:00 in the morning that morning, and I recall holding my kids' hands, both my kids on each side, and the father of my son had a car seat on his head, our bag, and he was rolling our suitcase. and we were up looking for a hotel to sleep in, and all we had was our paycheck, which was only $68 because we had literally just started that job. We had nothing. It was through the grace of God. We called friends for a hotel or for a bus fare to get back to Minnesota so that we could reestablish ourselves, because we understood that, it's easier to make it there, because it's so easy to get a job there. I don't know why it was so hard for us to work in Florida. It was hard, for my boyfriend to even get, a job at McDonald's in Miami. Come on, Anyways, it was a big struggle. It was a big struggle. And every single time I start to feel puffed up in pride, I always remind myself that God can bring me back down there at any given moment. So what I like to do is what do I do? Sometimes when I feel like I'm just overdoing it, or if I'm just feeling too, high and mighty, I always just take a second to thank God that I'm still alive. Thank God that my children are with me and not in the system, because they could have been taken from me because I had nothing for them. So I thank God that my children are still with me and protecting, like God protected my children from the system. I thank God that I have a roof over my head right now. I thank God that I have a refrigerator filled with food right now. I thank God that my bills are paid. I thank God for everything. These are just it's literally just the little things that matter. You know what I'm saying? Really just try to focus on things that you can take out of this world with you, because it's great to have money, you know what I'm saying, and it's great to be able to buy all the things that you want in this world, but you can't take it with you. If you read the book of Ecclesiastes, we are literally just a puff of smoke. That's why I don't really take the social media drama too serious. You know what I'm saying? We're literally just a puff of smoke. We're a puff of smoke. And 40, 50 years from now, nobody will know our name. They won't even know who we are. Unless we leave a business on this earth or something like that, they might know our business. But they won't know about us. Nobody would think about us. Nobody would care about us. And 40, 50 years from now, 60 years from now, this earth, when we leave this earth is still going to be moving. People are still going to be living, going through the same trials and tribulations that we've gone through. I'm telling you, take time out of your life to just enjoy a meal with your family. And that's what I'm working more towards. Just I have to start, just chilling more with, eating with my family more, and just thanking God for everything that I do have, not comparing my life to anyone else. You know what I'm saying? When you stop doing those things, life just becomes so much more peaceful. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we're nothing but dust. The Bible says, for dust we are, and dust we shall return. I might have worded that wrong, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, humble. I'm humble. I've been homeless. I've been broke. I've been through all that. And I thank God for everything that I have today. I appreciate everything I have today more because of what I went through. I thank God for my little Toyota Camry. I thank God for my little 2-bedroom apartment. It's much more than what I had, you know what I mean? Especially that night. Anyways, my time's up, you guys. I love you guys. Message me. God bless.